8 is done by either actually working out what we see here and then matching it up with the expression below, or you can plug in your own value. We're going to do both here. And the first one here, I see that it is a calculator section. So I will take advantage of that to make things faster. For those of you that are great calculating your mind, go for it. It's awesome. So we have a binomial being squared. So I'm going to square the first. 1.5 times 1.5 is going to give us 2.25. 2.25x, and that's also squared. So we square the first and then we square the last, which is 2.4. 2.4 squared would give us 5.76, and then multiply for the middle. So it's negative 2.4 times 1.5. So 1.5 times 2.4. So that would be negative 3 point, what do we see here? 6, but then we double it fast. So then double it 7.2. And this term here is positive, so we know we're adding on to that. And then now we're going to be subtracting everything here. And I like to distribute this just to make sure I don't mess anything up. So I'll be, oh, and this needs to be x because it was times 1.5x. So 7.2x. And then, so now we have minus 5.2x squared plus 6.4. And when I combine all my like terms here, we end up with C, our like terms being this one and this one. Gives us our negative 2.95x squared. We only have one x term here, single x term, so minus 7.2x, and that gets rid of that. And then when we're adding together these two terms, we get 12.16, and we're adding on to that. Now, if I wanted to create my own values, what I would do is I would plug in a very simple number to work with. I would probably want to do maybe 2, if not 1. I'm going to see if we can get away with just 2 today, just so that way we know we're only doing this problem once. Sometimes when you plug in 1, it can end up giving you 2 of the answers being correct, and then you got to simplify it. So here I see that if I plug in 2 here and then 2 here, and remember, equivalent form is a hint that we can try this to solve for it. Then what I'll rewrite this down below. We'd have 3x minus 2.4 squared, and then you would subtract that by 5.2 times 4, because that x is being squared, that 2 is being squared, multiplied by 4, and then that would be minus 6.4. We can already see that this is giving us a lot of calculations to work with, so I wouldn't recommend this method on this problem, but 5.4 times 4, 21.6, minus 6.4, minus 3x minus 2.4, and we can see that here we already have, oh, I'm sorry, this shouldn't have x, this is just 3. And then this is going to be squared. All right, and then once we simplify this, we would have 0.6 squared minus 21.6 minus 6.4, 15.2. And now we're subtracting 0.6 squared, which would be 0.36 minus 15.2. So what I'll do is we'll just start 0.36 minus 15.2, negative 14.84. So when I plug in for 2, I end up getting negative 14.84. And if we were to plug now 2 into each of these x's, when x equals 2, we need the outcome to turn into negative 14.84. And if you were to do that for each of these problems, you would see that C does do that for you.